Recording.
Hi, this is my what do you want to call it? My client consultation, and I'm working with Ben, who's a vet tech at
San Francisco Veterinary Specialist.
and this is Sarah, his partner, and she is a social worker. There we go. And Inky's here. I don't know if you can see Inky, and we got Apple back here, and Apple has attacked Inky in the past, so they do a separation. And I believe Apple likes to guard food and other objects, but not his people, not any people really, right? No people.
Most of the people.
So this is it.
That's actually good.
What's good?
That
That
she doesn't guard people.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother
People-
level of.
People guarding's hard because goes to a whole other level. No, so Apple's about 10 years old. They've had Apple since a puppy, and she. When did it happen? This is the first time.
The first time was 3 years ago,
About
before we
3
moved
years
in
ago.
together.
And then it's happened again one other time when they had a pet sitter. And,
Twice.
Oh, twice.
Yes,
Yeah.
the dog walker and a pet sitter
Yeah.
both
That's right. You
did
said
not
that,
follow our directions.
Right.
And put them together.
Buy food and or toys.
But you said Apple's never actually hurt Inky. Was it puncture wounds?
She had bruising and like a puncture wound on the first one and just bruising for the other one. She just doesn't let go.
So you got lucky, yeah.
Yeah, you got lucky. Hopefully that doesn't ever happen again.
It's loud.
And you have management, so they have their own management. They use baby gates and just keep them separated 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
At all times. And they have a cat in the house too somewhere.
Yeah.
But Apple's fine with the cat, Inky's fine with the cat, so there's no cat problem, so far anyway. But
We do keep the cat separate when
When
we leave
they're
her,
being-
just in case, because we don't.
yeah, which is smart. Do you guys since you know, and do you see signs when she's getting ready to do it?
Yeah,
You
so
get- you
she'll
read your
do
signs.
definitely flatten the ears. I mean, you can tell her body posture completely changes, so I always am on the lookout for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or if she's starting to, like, she has days where she's very anxious for some
Yes,
reason,
yeah.
then I always just make sure, like, they're very separate. Like, I won't walk them together that day, because I'm the one who walks them together. If I walk them, I have a halting on her anyways, but I won't walk them together that day when she's acting weird.
That's good. Yeah, you seem to be smart. I was like, oh, he's a vet tech. That's great because he knows. You have to know how to deal with animals in the vet too. So.
And I only walk them separately, and that's what we ask the dog after.
And she's not leash reactive, is that right?
No, she can be a little bit if, and like she sees another dog and they start getting reactive, then she'll start getting kind of bouncy and puffy and her hackles go up, and I'll just get her back to pay attention or have her sit down, or I'll put her behind a car so she can't see them
Oh,
anymore,
okay,
and then
you
go
just
by, or we
okay.
walk across the
Have
street.
has she ever been trained? Have you worked with a trainer?
No.
You just doing your own, but you're doing all the right training. So just blocking her, visual blockers, and if she does, do you just do a left turn or something here and walk the other way at times?
Yeah, so I'll either cross the street, or like I said, I'll walk behind a car where she just can't see them, I'll have her sit and pay attention to me, and then she'll usually stop the behavior. I want it.
She's kind of anxious right now. She's just like, I want out.
Yeah, she wants to be in here with everybody else.
She can be if you want to switch her around.
Inky. Miss
I think
Inky.
it's
There
cute.
goes Inky. She's going into the
Transition.
transition room.
Oh, and this is Apple.
This is
Hi,
Apple.
Apple. Has she ever been clicker trained? Has she got any food
I don't think
allergies?
she has,
I have tried.
chicken.
I have tried.
Chicken. Did she have tripe?
Yeah, that's,
It's kind of a beef. It's called canine butter.
yeah, she just can't have chicken, makes her get diarrhea.
Hey, Apple. Apple.
Do you want a cookie?
Hi, what do you think of that?
She's cute.
Good girl.
Oh, look at you, so
Good girl.
She's
Like, I
weird.
really like that. Good girl.
And she's checking it out.
Good.
Are you picky? She had to think about it.
Yeah, she did. She's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't even really, like, so weird.
She's not super food
She's
native,
not
but
super
it's
motivated, like, she doesn't really care about food that much, like, we have to get her to eat her food, but she doesn't want anyone else to eat it either.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Sometimes she gets really excited about her food. We're just not in that phase right now.
I wonder if, you know how I've only had a dog now for 5 years, so I don't know how they progress in age, but do they change again after 7 or 8 years? Do you think something just changed in her age?
She's gone back and forth ever since I've had her, like, she was, even as a puppy, like, her food would sit out all day when she was by herself and had no other things like that. And had just her in an apartment with me and my ex, like her food would be all day and she'd just eat it when she wanted to, and then other times she'd like scarf it down. So she's just weird. about being
Oh,
like-
the other two away.
What do you have?
If other people take
No.
her stuff from her, does she care?
No, she'll definitely, she knows leave it, she knows drop it, like she's very gentle. I've especially like tried to work with her, of course, as much as soon as I knew she was a pit bull, she actually like turned into not a sausage anymore. And then I like was very like put my hands in her mouth, like how do people take toys from her, like she loves kids, like my nieces grew up around her, so she's very good with people and like you can definitely like go take her stuff away and she's like that's
Yeah,
fine. She knows I'm gentle too, so like I used to rub like her toys all over her face and tell her gentle a little bit, and she would just keep her mouth open and wait for you to put it in her mouth for her.
Oh, nice.
So
Have you worked with rile recovery with her at all? Just to get her riled up and then make her calm down, and it's kinda like with a tug toy or something, I don't know, can you
Okay.
play with tug toys
yeah,
with
you
her?
can do tug toys. She likes those.
Cause if anything were to ever happen, because it's like when you get them really riled up and they get highly aroused, but then you have to get them to calm back down.
Yeah, and that's the only part is like when these incidents happen that she won't let go. She won't.
Right.
She doesn't have to. She doesn't pick up and shake. Like she just won't let go. And you have to like water is usually what is worth the pass to
Yeah,
flush
I
her
think
with water.
when I got bit by a dog latched onto my arm, that I couldn't get it off. I didn't know what to do. It was a little puppy, and that had I not, I didn't even think about it because we don't go into bad reps like main home, but they have a pool, and they're like, Donna's like, you could have taken the dog and submerged your arm in the pool, it would have let go. But you know, it's like,
Yeah, but
you
you're
don't
gonna
think
get
about it. I was
Yeah.
like, I just wanted the dog off, and Tim had to come and help me get the dog out. So that was my first real dog bite, but,
Scary.
and that's what they say, hoses, water, so you have to do.
She gets it.
Kind of apple, what was something else I was gonna
I have a
ask?
question about her guarding. When she
Yeah.
guards objects, are they just toys or are they like food related? Are they bones, like real bone,
No, they don't ever
raw
get.
hide?
We only do nylobones, and then they have like a couple balls and toys and stuff.
Okay,
and
so it's any, just
yeah, we
whatever,
don't.
objects.
Yeah, I would like to know like they don't have boys are never around with each other with toys anymore. So
Right.
the time that happened with our pet sitter, she had them playing ball in the backyard together, and things were going well for however long. She said they were playing for like a half hour back there, and then something just changed.
She
Yeah.
got aroused, she just,
Yeah,
she
got
was
riled up,
getting
her achy got in the
stimulated.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just started getting stimulated and,
And then like
She
our
got
neighbor had to jump over the fence and
Oh.
help her get Apple off of Inky. And like, luckily something she took her in my work and like she wasn't badly hurt, but it's terrifying for everybody around and we don't want that. It's stressful for us, it's stressful for them. Like,
Well, and Inky,
is she good with
for-
other
Yeah.
dogs, or you just don't have her own dog?
I just don't even give her around other dogs
But this has
anymore.
never happened with another dog, right?
No.
I'm just wondering, I was like, just Donovan, have you ever, is she, I don't know if people come over and bring their dogs, or you
We
take
don't
her
have
anywhere?
them, no, and I don't even risk it because
Right.
the last time I had taken her to like, I just don't trust those people because 99% of the dog bites that we have at my work happen at dog parks and it's other people's dogs, and if something happens, I'm gonna get blamed.
Yeah.
So no matter what.
Yeah, no
she's-
matter what,
she's
you-
the
It doesn't
pit bull.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't feel like risking it and I don't wanna deal with it, so I
I
just
wouldn't
don't.
do it.
That's probably a smart idea,
And
yeah.
the last time I took her to one, this guy wasn't paying attention, his dog came over and she had her halty on still because we had just gotten to the park. And the dog came over immediately, was grabbing her by the halty and started pulling her around, and luckily Apple didn't react. It was like, had she reacted, it would've been my fault. Like, I would've got blamed. And I was yelling at the guy to like get his dog off, and the dog was,
I stopped going too, because Bodie,
she's
she
stressful.
can be a little guardy, and she will steal. I used to take her to Point Isabel, and then when I lived over on 57, I'd take her to a place, and if she didn't have a ball in her mouth, she would steal somebody else's ball. And always, it just
Drama.
turned into a fail, and sometimes she will even have a ball in her mouth, and somebody would be like chucking a ball, and she's like, go try to get it. I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna get in a fight. So I just realized after getting in training classes with a bad rap, they're like, well, it's your fault. It's not your dog's fault. Because you're setting your dog up for fail. The dog's telling you, you see it happening. Why do you keep taking her
So
back
it's
to these
like, I don't
places,
think
you know?
Yeah,
Too much
she
fun.
used to go out with pet sitters to dog parks and stuff, and like, even after things had happened with Inky, I had a pet sitter or a dog walker that would tell her to take her places and take her to the beach and let her run around and stuff. And like, I know for me, I have anxiety when I take her out, so
Yeah.
I'm not putting her in a situation
Yeah.
she's gonna pick up on me
Right,
feeling
and
stressed out.
she is gonna pick up on you.
Yeah,
or
so I
whatever.
just don't feel like it's worth it to stress either of us out. She just doesn't get to go. She goes on some walks, and she's happy with that.
It works, and you have a yard too, don't you, or do you not?
Little.
It's a
Yeah.
little yard. I was just wondering, I don't know how big it is, but if you tried to put pole work with her, which is a toy, she likes toys, and she'd chase it around, as long as her knees aren't bad, but,
She loved that.
she probably would love it, but then it teaches her, you're gonna do sits, stays, downs, you don't let her take the toy, you can, the idea is to be able, you can look at a video that Bad Route has, or probably just Google it online, but you want to have them in a down and have them not even take the toy or touch the toy until you actually give them the cue, and then you start kind of working it in circles and circle work, and when they get the toy, you can kind of let them have it for a bit, but then you want them to drop them again. It's like
She would
drop.
do that for you.
Yeah, it's rail recovery.
Yeah, it's more
really
raw
good.
recovery, which would be good probably for her. She's got that kind of.
Which is what, when we used to go play, I'll take her to like a park or something, play check with her, she doesn't do too much more, but she does get lonely afterwards, so.
Does she have the tooth yellow too?
No, thank goodness she doesn't have one, so, and I'm trying not to have one,
Yeah.
so, even with the discount, no thanks.
No thanks, it's
But I'll
intense.
take her, and she always knows, like, she already automatically, as soon as she brings the ball back to me, lays down, she knows she has to before she gets the ball.
Yeah, that's good.
She's very good at drop and leave it, like, she knows those things, but in the moments where she has another dog or not, she doesn't.
I think another piece that we haven't talked too much about is that Pinky has very poor boundaries. She's really trusting, everything always goes her way. Like, she has very poor boundaries with big dogs. She likes to leap on them, she likes them to bite her and stuff, like playfully. So I don't think it's a good mix.
And you could work, she probably needs some training, just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like, her too, you probably actually could
She
start
does whatever
working.
she wants over
Right,
there.
and then because you let her, so
Yeah.
you have to,
What?
maybe. She's like, this is my house and I am your boss.
Yeah.
And you probably need to set some boundaries up with her so that she doesn't go over those, so if you do take her somewhere, she does listen to you, like, even recall, does she get recall? Does she have recall?
It depends. I mean, she's part terrier, so not when there's a bird or a squirrel. But she's better, and we have some more work to do.
Yeah.
She's better.
You could probably do some clicker work with her,
Yeah.
or, you know, whatever works for you with training, and just do some positive reinforcement training with
She
her.
loves treats for sure.
Uh,
She'll come
And
for
she
it.
likes
She really
jobs. She
Yeah,
likes to
see,
be
she
busy.
wants a job,
Yeah.
so for her, I mean, that way it also does give you boundaries with her, so she knows that she's not allowed to just go get up and start licking dogs. She's like the puppy, so she wants to jump up in their face, and they don't like it.
She is.
Which is probably the bigger problem.
I think she's kind of like something else.
Oh, her mom does it.
Yeah.
Oh, boundaries. Oh, Inky.
Yeah,
You
good
have
job.
laundry right there.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, and we changed some of the rules, like when we moved in together with them, like they used to both be able to sleep in the bed and stuff now, and they're both crate trained, so they're in the
Nobody
crates.
sleeps in the bed.
Yeah, no one gets in the bed, no one gets on furniture, it's
Oh,
always
that's good.
kept it very even, and then they're both at the crate, in their crates at nighttime.
We do this thing well for her probably, like, no, you don't get anything for free in life, right? So you already don't let them on the bed and couch, but now she has to work for everything that, you know, any treat, you could even hand feed her dinners just so that she's working.
You know, every once in a while I do that for a long time and then I drift off doing it. She
That happens.
loves that. Everything is a game with her.
And puzzle game, you know, like, you can get Kongs with these wobble Kongs.
Yeah.
She might like that, just
I'm
keeps
sure it's
her
on
busy.
downstairs.
Even at Apple too, it might, maybe she had puzzle toys, maybe she'd be more interested in eating, if it were a game for her.
Yeah.
And is she into that?
Yeah, she's had Kongs and stuff before, I think we just tried to really limit how many toys and things are around.
I know, right, they're annoying.
We have a bunch of, I think we have a bunch of puzzle toys downstairs because I have this one.
At the barn, there's wobble Kongs, that's how I learned about them, there's like a food in it, big plastic bottle, but they have to knock it around with the food in it out, so. And then it slows down their eating too.
I used to do that with her when I first got her. She was like a year and a half, 2 years, and she was destroying everything, and she was bored, and she wanted something to do. So she had puzzle toy, I mean, we were doing everything.
Did she,
Now
have
she's
you worked with a
mature.
trainer with her?
No.
Not at all, you've just worked it out, you've just figured it out.
After enough airhead, she wants to eat in the house. She can get on really high stuff, and she loves chocolate.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I lived
That's
in his
dangerous.
veterinary office before we even knew each other.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, get her pumped into charcoal.
Yeah. She's had that.
Oh,
okay.
So I'm gonna cut and then we'll,
Is that 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Great.